your first house need not be your last. Because I think we've come to realize that it's a mindset thing. Yeah, we know that we have peculiar challenges regarding opportunities that there are for people to be able to become landlords in the country. Yes, we have, as compared to other developed world. It's not as easy here. But we have also come to realize that it's also a game of the mind. Okay, so a lot of Nigerians think that, hey, I want my first house. So I want my first house. First, they have this notion of I want my first house, so I want a palatial house. So they are preparing themselves till when they will be able to afford a palace. Okay, when they can start from wherever they are, with whatever they have. Okay, so what we tell people about that is, look, if you don't have real estate in your portfolio, you can't be considered to be wealthy. You've not even started. Okay, so, and the earlier you have real estate in your portfolio, the better for you. So the first thing to do is that your first house need not be your last house. That's number one. Then you need not stay in your first house. The most important thing should be that you have it. It may not be where you can stay, maybe because of where you work, for example. Sincerely, if somebody works on the island, okay, and what he can afford is somewhere after Songwater or somewhere, I may not be the first person to tell him he must move there to stay. No. But I will still tell him he can acquire the property there and rent it out. Because you already then have real estate in your portfolio and you can buy forward. So meaning in a few years' time, you can sell that. So move from Songwater to Abule Egba. And in a few years' time, you can sell that. Move from Abule Egba to Agege. And in a few years' time, you can sell that. And you can find yourself in the thick of Ikeja.
Interesting.
And we have stories of people that have done that projection, okay? And have moved from far-flung areas like that. And they're in the city center today. Some of them on the island, some of them on the mainland, but prime places, you know. So that is the important thing. But you see, the thing is that they started at all, rather than just wishing and hoping and planning. And I tell people, a lot of people repeat the sad story of the typical Nigerian landlord. So the typical Nigerian landlord story goes like this. This guy, from his youth, wants to live in a palatial house. Unfortunately, he did not come across reality point. Nobody told him to sack his landlord. Nobody told him the earlier the better. So he was working somewhere. He could rent Surulere apartment. So he feels that since he could afford Surulere rent, he also would want his own house to be in Surulere when he's to build it. And he's waiting till he could
make money to
that.
Build.
And unfortunately for him, he could not. So maybe towards the tail end of his career, he suddenly became wiser and realized that, hey, if I should stop work, I may not even be able to sustain my Surulere rent. What do I do? Let me get something. Let me just build something. So he got a land in Ota, you know, and then started building. 3 years, he finished his house. He also retired, you know, got his gratuity, went into business that he knew nothing about. The money went. And because the building of the house has taken a toll on him and all, then this other saga of losing his entitlement, his gratuity, starts affecting his health. He falls sick. He just completed his house. He has moved his family now out of Lagos to Ota. And then he's sick on his deathbed, probably, terminal sickness. He assesses his life and he says, wow, there is nothing that I've gained. Apart from being able to train my children, I really can't say, well, this is the only piece of property I have. That's the only thing I can say I've achieved. And now, unfortunately for me, I can't live there. I can't enjoy it. I'm dying. So he tells his children, hey guys, there's one favor you have to do for me. I want to be buried in my compound. Because if I can't live there alive, let me at least live there dead. So you have a lot of private cemeteries around town. Okay? People who could not live in the house while they are alive. So they had to live there dead. Because what will it be? How important will a property be to you that if you were able to achieve, we have stories of people like Samuel Adedoyin, was able to build his first house, I think around 19 years of age or something. We have people who did it around 18, people who did it 20-something and all of that. If you were able to achieve your first house, I still read the story of a man who built his first house at 27 and I think his second house at 31. If you're able to do that, I'm 28 and his second house at 31. If you're able to do that, okay, and then by the time you are 70, you definitely would have some houses. I mean, you will find a better place to rest than your compound.
It is completely easy to sack your landlord.
Very.
And on that